Guten Tag, once again, meine Liebchens. As the days grow shorter and colder here in the beer garden, I figured my beer babies deserve a little vacation of sorts. So, as a brief reminder of the warm days we're starting to miss here in the Poconos, I figured we'd take a look at this offering. A little bit different. A little bit different from most of the beers that I will be reviewing here for you in the garden. This one is a little bit freaky. It's a little freaky deaky. It's a citrus ale with lime. It's Dogfish Head SeaQuench ale. And that SeaQuench part of it, when I first heard it, I was like, what the hell is that? And then I realized, oh, it's sequential. SeaQuench ale. Okay. And it still doesn't really make that much sense to me, but the beer itself is not bad. I've had it a few times, and it is strange, but it's one of those things that I feel goes really well with salty snacks, and we'll get more into that. Anywho, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing some weird and wacky beers here. I'm going to be doing something special for the holidays. I'm not 100% sure what that's going to entail yet. It's going to be something freaky. There's going to be lights. There's going to be weirdness. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I apologize if this microphone stand keeps drooping. I'm doing what I can to try and work with it. It's fighting me all the way, so we'll see about that. Little tech problems, little behind-the-scenes tech problemos, darling. So, anywho, SeaQuench Ale. From what I recall, this does not look particularly special in the glass. Tiny little bit of gas rising up out of there. Really not much. The pour. I remember this not looking all that special, but we'll see. Oh, decent head rising up. A little bit of a head gang rising up there. Yeah. It looks good. It's a little bit on the pale kind of pea side. But it's not bad. The head is retaining itself a little bit in there, you know. Very interesting sort of coloration to it. It's almost lemonade. It's got that sort of very summery appearance to it, which I enjoy. I love it. It's a nice change of pace from doing all of those autumnal pumpkin beers and whatnot. So it's good for me. It's good for the curator of the garden. The beer gardener, if you will. Aroma-wise, it's a little bit Sprite. Definitely like a citrusy soda kind of a smell. A little bit of maybe like wet cardboard. Not particularly pleasant on the aroma. I must be honest with you, darling. Yeah, overall the aroma is probably the least pleasant thing about it. It's really not anything you want to like have in your face for a while. It does have a BA score of 86, which is pretty high for a beer of this nature, and I think that it's deserved because it really is unique. Okay. Yeah. Yep, I remember this. I remember liking this. Sea salt and lime. That's like the dominant flavor with like a little tickle of hops at the back end. A little tickle of hops at the back end. Yeah, it's mostly that punch of citrus that you get with a little bit of salt. I've never had a beer quite like this. I've had a bunch of these sort of citrusy ales, but I've never had one that's this straight up with that sort of salty lime flavor. It's something. I really enjoy it. It goes great with salty foods, chips, pretzels, any of that kind of stuff. So actually, for this time of year, I would say that this is a great beer to break up the Oktoberfests, the wheat ales, the pumpkin ales, all that kind of stuff. This is a much lighter, crisper option. At 4.9% ABV, you're not going to get schwiggity-schwasted. At least not too quickly. Yeah, it's one of those beers that I think that, squeeze, squeeze. I think that if you give yourself a night of drinking that's broken up with these, you're probably going to avoid most of the negative effects. You know, I'm not saying it's going to be a hangover cure. I'm just saying it'll probably help to mitigate the negative effects of drinking too much. If you have a couple of these in between, say, mixed drinks or heavier ABV beers. This is a good way to keep yourself out of the danger zone. And it's got just enough flavor on its own to really sort of be intriguing if this is all you want to do. Although, I would say just don't smell it. Keep your nose far, far away from this one, darling. Because it's just it's a little farty. For lack of a better description. Anywho, I really enjoyed hanging out in the garden and talking with you guys about this beer. It's a little bit of a weird one, but that's what we do here. We're weird, we're funky, we're freaky, we keep it fresh. So please like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this review. There's going to be a lot more coming up over the next month or so. Going to try and do something special for the holidays. And so without further ado, Auf Wiedersehen!